This video is sponsored by Bityard. With over 400 cryptos to trade on their spot, perpetual coin futures, USDT futures, with leverage of 1x to up to 125x, you can trade foreign exchange, commodities like gold, silver and oil, and traditional markets like Nasdaq, all with some of the lowest fees available on any trading platform. You can use their copy trader to copy other traders with better performance than you, or you can become a copy trader yourself and earn a few extra percent from the people that follow you. Plus, you got 9 out of 10 stars from the Coin Bureau guy. Bityard. Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at ICP. So that's right, ICP is going to get another mention on the old channel here. So at the moment, it looks like there might be a change of behaviour. Ever so slightly, might be a change of behaviour. Currently, we've basically had these events going back to its inception on its Bitcoin pair, where we poke our head above the green 50 exponential moving average, come back down, again, back down, touch it again, back down, touch it again, back down. We found a decent breakout this time round. Like, this was a really big breakout from where it poked its head out. That was a 45% move, and then back down again. Broke its head up and back down again, and so on and so on. So the pattern continues. But for the first time ever, we've found a 50 exponential moving average, which is more or less flat, horizontal. It might be nothing, but if it is something, we are also looking to get crosses, so divergences on these smaller moving averages above that. And again, this is just your Bitcoin pair, it's not your Tether pair. And so a change of behavior might be on the cards. We've never had a horizontal 50 exponential moving average as we have right now. It's not perfectly horizontal, but it's about as good as you could ask for ICP, all right? So let's just have a look at the smaller term time frames. We'll start with the 4 hourly and we'll turn our itchy cloud on. So this was one of those classic pump signals that you would get from an itchy cloud. So closure above here and then continuation up. Now if we think about what we're also seeing, and this is the last time I made an ICP video, we had a golden cross and we were waiting for a retest of it to see if it was going to be bullish. Now it's a little messy, but we've still reaccumulated above it and we're continuing to move from it. So still just about ever so slightly getting that divergence on the 4 hourly. Plus this pump signal, which could push us up into the 300 sat zone. I'm not looking for anything special at the moment. A change of behavior on a chart that looks pretty much, you know, wrecked city. Just put it on the weekly and it's pretty nasty. But also, interestingly enough, on the weekly, if we just have a look at this, we'll just zoom in a little closer so we can see. There's your 10 exponential on the weekly as well. Again, you know, go back in time, this has been a pretty hardcore resistance. You know, big move up to it, bang, all the way back down. We did have that one anomaly spike and then bang all the way down here. And then recently 1, 2, 3 attempts. So I'm not suggesting that we do break out from here, but if we did, it would be pretty significant. The last one almost approached that 21 exponential, and if that is the case on the weekly, if we manage to do that, we're talking a 28-29% move to about 337, 377 sats. Not bad, not bad. So all right, let's take all this with a pinch of salt, and we'll move ourselves over to the Tether pair. So what's going on over here? So this is your 4 hourly on Tether pair. Let's just refresh the chart a second. We are at the moment brewing a pump signal, so this hasn't closed yet, but a closure of this candle body on the 4 hourly, which has got 2 hours to go, just over 2 hours to go, would cause a pump on this one as well. And if this were to pump, the obvious place you would expect would be a 200 exponential. That's about $6.20. But if that were to break, or if it were to overextend from that level, you could be talking, you know, a much bigger move than that. So arguably, you know, 7 to maybe probably about $7.50 for ICP on this next move if it were to be powerful. Let's just move it to a 12 hour to see what's going on here. Yeah, nothing going on a 12 hour, but it's not particularly weak, I have to say. It is pretty good. Now I did wait to make this video because I've been sort of watching this a little bit. So the daily, yeah, like I say, the daily could push up to this green 50, so about $7. So I honestly think that it does look as though ICP could reach about $7 pretty soon. The reason I held off on making this video is because I wanted to wait for the American markets to open, because you all know that I'm favouring this thing called the everything bounce. I've been in it for about 3 weeks. It's the 4th week now. Yesterday it would, tomorrow would be the day where I pulled the trigger on all these indexes, and so far, you know, they're all yielding quite well. And if we do continue with this everything bounce, it should be for the rest of this month. There are a few things that you have to be aware of though, and the reason I'm talking about traditional markets is because we all know that they kind of hold all the cards really for crypto at the moment. Crypto is basically like an afterthought for the most part. But I strongly feel as this everything bounce is going to have continuation. We've all seen oil drop as expected, and all these other commodities drop as expected. So the only things that we need to worry about is the next FOMC meeting, the next CPI inflation report, which I think is probably going to be lower, which is why I was looking at all of these and calling for the everything bounce way before the next CPI report. That's what I was basically doing, trying to price in inflation from the cost of commodities, and especially oil. Now that we've seen oil drop, should start to see that filter through. And yeah, all these indexes that I bought into, plus the stocks from like I say almost 4 weeks ago, are still trending up, which is nice. And yeah, Bitcoin basically being an afterthought, and altcoins basically being an afterthought of that. But interestingly, and the reason I'm talking about these altcoins at the moment is the Bitcoin dominance chart is in a will they won't they kind of vibe. And if we do look at I suppose individual charts, like any altcoin chart versus its Bitcoin pair, we can probably try to take it on face value, so long as the liquidity is decent. And yeah, that's not massive, that's not great liquidity there, but it's okay, it's not bad. It's a tradable chart, let's face it. Yeah, we do have signals on it, and we do have what looks like it could be a change of behavior. This is a daily, you've got to wait for the daily to close, maybe give it a few more days. ICP likes to have these pumps and then just crash back down again, but this is slightly different to the way it's been in the past. And if that is the case, then maybe this could be the turnaround point. One thing I'll leave you with here is something that we've been looking at on this channel for a long time now, which is since ICP came onto the market, it's obviously just been going down and down and down and down, but throughout that process, it's basically continued to create bullish divergence on the weekly. Now, something like this, you know, on a weekly, you know, how long is a piece of string? How many tags of divergence do you get before it finally turns around? Well, we are in a bear market, so it's going to be difficult to say with all honesty that this is the moment where it does it. However, it's still there. It's still a relevant thing to look at. We do have divergence that has been going on for, well, what is this? 9 months. 9 months worth of bullish divergence. If it doesn't turn around now, one day it certainly will. And I'm all in it. I like ICP for what it's worth. It's been a bit of a wrecked city chart. I'm definitely down over 50% with this when it comes to sats. I bought around 620 sats. So yeah, it's been a bit of a that was my first buy, so I'm probably only down, well, I don't know how much I'm down, but I'm down, that's the main thing. It's been sat in staking ever since. I think that this, when it finally gains traction, it will work out very well, but again, how long is a piece of string? How long does weekly bullish divergence take to play out in a bear market? Probably a while. Probably a while. Either way, in the short term, I completely see how it could move from here to $7. But it is ICP, let's face it, and it could do anything it wants to do. But I like it. So yeah, traditional markets continue with the everything bounce. Altcoins potentially continuing with their bullish trajectory on 4 hours that could transpire onto 12, and then dailies, and then hopefully, for the sake of ICP, a weekly, because a divergence like this over a 9-month period would suggest that from wherever it bounces from, it reverses to a very, very large extent. I know it's not a popular thing to say for ICP because it's such a shit chart. Basically, it's performed like shit, looks like shit, almost smells like it as well. So, but it is what it is, and this is these are the edges that we've got. And for the moment, yeah, we could be looking at a change of behaviour, and to monitor this chart closely. And for those of you like me who are in knee deep in ICP, we're going to make it through the other end victorious. I'm pretty sure of it, but don't harvest your kidneys and put them into ICP. Just take it from me, don't do it. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, but thank you for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.